Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the battlefield analysis on the latest situation developing over in Kurakhove front. So this is the Kurakhove front, and as you can see, the map is loading, and some latest geolocation of Russian forces basically in Kurakhove. So this Kurakhove, and you can and wait, bring out my arrow. So this is the residential area, which is now fully taken by the Russian forces. The Russians have taken all of this area, and then now you have the power plant region. And the administrative region here, they have some prosecutor office and whatnot. The Russians seems to have already taken it. They have the geolocation latest is around here, which means the Russian forces have basically went along the shore of this reservoir and as well as this railway road and basically advance in this sector and establish the line this far out. So Ukrainian forces currently is holding positions around this power plant and whatever they can get, within this Dacha region with a lot of trees and whatnot. So there is still good cover. So this is the Kurakhove power station. So this is the pretty much the very last few places where the Ukrainians can hold defense in Kurakhove. And if you look at the situation in the macro sense, there's also Russian forces heading in the flanking of movement from the south. So this is looking really bad, and the Russian forces potentially could attack in the movement up north and crush the Ukrainian defense from the rear positions. So there is only these three lines here, like, so it's not particular. It's not like there is a lot of defense line that it can be held. Russian forces could potentially just drive through all these open grounds and storm and land troops immediately into Krakow. That is also possible. It's not impossible in this region here. So let's see if we can actually go in, and we can actually go in. So let's look at some of these pre-war imagery of the region. This is where I said there's a lot of trees. Of course, it's winter, so no, it doesn't look like this. And yeah, so it's this kind of terrain. I'm quite sure they already dug trenches around in some of these darker shadowy tree lines. Yeah, so this is the kind of yeah, foresty. It's just a lot of trees. It's just a lot of trees. So what else can we take a look at some of the other places? So some of the other frontline region, let's take a look at this one. So this along the road. So this along the main road, there is a petrol station along here. Yeah, so the buildings is actually just a low rise. Probably will be blown up if pretty easily with a single bomb. So this the main road. You can see the power station, in the rear positions. So even pre-war, is not exactly the most kept, not the most well kept place. There's a lot of overgrown grasses. So this could all be trenches, building along the tree line around here. This could be done. Yeah, so there's the some sense of what it looks like in these sectors. Is there any places that we can actually take a look? Do we have any place within here? Not within the power plant though. They don't seem to have any place I can drop in the power plant. Yeah, mostly it's around here. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, this is the furthest we can go. So in the center of this, just off the stadium, which I'm not even sure if that's a stadium. So this looks like a monument place. Yeah, or just a massive drainage place. So yeah, that's the super old stadium. Yeah, so this is autumn. So interesting look. Yeah, so it's a nice city. Unfortunately, just war is war, and then yeah. So that's the terrain that we are looking at for the Kurakhove. The Battle of Kurakhove is really coming to the end. I don't particularly think that the Ukrainians can hold the power plant much longer, and I'm not even sure if it's actually operating right now. And if the Ukrainians want to hold positions within it, then you start to see massive bombings. There's some other buildings in the rear position. This could potentially, this looks like some industrial buildings. This could potentially be a more defensive place that the Ukrainians could use. But we don't have any footage that any like places that we can actually use to see what is it here. No street views. So that's it. If you look from across the shore, you probably can, yeah, you probably can see the Kurakhove from the other side. Could we? Oh, we can't. Oh yeah, this shading, man. Yeah, I remember seeing one before along the shore. Yeah, it's not. It's all the way here, so it's a bit far. How about this one? Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, yeah. This is winter. So this is how Kurakhove looks like in winter, snow covered. The power plant in the far west of Kurakhove. So this probably what the soldiers are looking at right now. The water is not entirely frozen. It's probably super cold. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been in the real snow before. As in like natural snow, artificial snow. Yes. So no, this like no these are Ukrainian fighter jets. Patrolling Krakove. So yeah. So that's and then yeah. This the Martian flying saucer. So yeah, just some sense of what we are talking about around this area here. So and so that's the Battle of Krakow. Very straightforward. Is basically battles within the city, but the salient is pretty much impossible to hold. If realistically speaking, the Ukrainians can't possibly be too far up front, because the Russians could potentially be in their area as well. The Russians have all these areas here already. There is still some claims of Ukrainian forces here, which I don't think is sensible. And then you have all the Russian lines here. So Ukrainian lines will probably linked up in this way. Nothing should be here, and there's probably some defense line, and that's all. That's all that is holding up this entire salient. I don't think this is holdable. I think the Russians would just smash it pretty fast in various directions that they can actually break it. So because it's just impossible for the Ukrainians to be holding the entire forest line, which means that Russian troops could be storming in with mechanized methods and land in any place along the tree, and that would just crush the defense line, because I don't think they're going to put 100 200 people along this tree line. Probably there's only 20 people at most, so it's not going to be defendable. Away from it, around this Dashne Staritani region, so this sector here, the Russians doesn't seem to be making any headway. Ukrainians can defend in various places, probably along these trees. Yeah, so this is only, yeah, not a lot of places per se, but the Russians also do not have a lot of places to really hold their lines, hold their positions. Is that's probably it. Like it's just gonna be like this. There's not a lot. So reinforcement resupply is going to be pretty open, as the Ukrainians could potentially have fire control on them. So some of this build up regions, some of the forests. So yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. So it's pretty exposed. Everyone is very exposed in this area here. So which is probably why things are very slow, because yeah, moving out into the open looks like a suicide mission at this moment. So that's what it is here. Yeah, you can see if they're gonna move out, yeah, it's pretty sparse. There's not a lot of trees. Yeah, it's a lot of open grounds. Even the Russians now, with the latest geolocation, that is that they are on this tree line just off because it's called Shevchenko. I believe it's Shevchenko, yeah. So just off Shevchenko, they are actually pretty vulnerable. You can see that the Ukrainians could potentially have all these lines. Russians could potentially take this tree line already, but it's like they could be attacked pretty easily. So this is not really ideal for the Russians just off Shevchenko, and there's potentially trench lines along here. So these are potential trench lines, which is marked by some other mappers where they map the fortifications. So yeah, this is not the best place. So Shevchenko, this frontier, is very, very weak. So don't expect the Russians to hold this unless the Russians go to punch through directly, very hard into Shevchenko. So, and this salient around Solsivka, this is impossible to hold. Like, how do you resupply the troops up front here? How do you resupply like this, where the enemies are surrounding you? Like, this is not the logical for me. The Ukrainians could potentially have this forest region here, so this is possible. These three lines is gone. This is definitely Russian right now, and the Russians could potentially already stomp in this direction. It's just not possible to hold any positions over there. So this is possible. Ukrainians could potentially still hold this tree line, and yeah, so that is the situation south of Solsivka. Is not ideal. I think this entire area here is just forfeited. I don't think the Ukrainians could hold. It's not a natural defense line. It just don't make sense a lot. The natural defense line is here, along in the south of Solsivka, and then there's some entrenchment, and this is where just now I said the very poor forward positions just off Shevchenko. Yeah, this is where the defense line is going to be. So this is where the Ukrainian lines are. This salient is just cope. I don't think this is doable. Any commander send your troops to to entrench themselves here is just inhuman. They just send the soldiers to just suicide. So other areas in the Uspenivka region, we don't have much news from this sector. From Uspenivka. So let's study and see how this why is this the case. So this is Uspenivka. This area is Uspenivka, where the Russians have potentially all of this entrenchment already. So this Russian, and then this is Constantinople, Constantinopolske. So the Russians could have all this settlement already along with this industrial zone. And of course, this is the river. The Russians are not going to go near the river for now. Ukrainians are probably defending along through these forest lines. They are holding down these lines, and the Russians are holding the other forest lines on the other side. So this is the standoff, the no man's land in between, and the Ukrainians are holding probably some of these forests, the tree lines, Yantarne over there. So some strategic stuff to take note is that there's a crossing here. There's another crossing here. So there's a crossing here. So, and yeah, those are a bit far away, so not very meaningful. So this, and you can see this technically is not that bad for Ukrainians. It's a pretty okay line. So which is probably why the Russians are unable to make some headway into these areas, because there is good supporting tree lines along here. So, but the Ukrainians can also not be able to do much. They're also stuck, like they can't really counterattack and expect to have success also, because the Russians have exactly the same layout in terms of the defense lines. So yeah, also you see this rectangle and then this square formation, and then they have two proper settlements to support their operations from. So it's not going to be easy for the Ukrainians to counterattack. So this is pretty much a stalemate for now until the Ukrainians are unable to reinforce all these lines, and then the Russians break through. And then that's probably what it will be. Tentatively, this looks pretty solid for now. And everything comes down to Kurakhove. If Kurakhove, the Ukrainians are unable to hold, then this entire line is just going to be collapsed, because nobody's want to die so far away from resupply and reinforcement and safety. So that's the latest mapping from Ukrainian mapping also give up this entire Hihan region. This entire area is now under Russian control. This is based on the latest mapping from Deep State UA, from the Ukrainian mapping. So, but this is already foregone conclusion, because it's obvious. If you look at the formation here, the trees, it's just impossible. Like there's only one crossing here. So the Ukrainians have to cross, like they have to cross and go into Yantarni and be protected by all these trees. And you can't stay here. Like this is not a retreatable place. So generally speaking, these trees are all now Russian control. Russians taking all of these places is just logical. No. So even this area that is still not acknowledged, this just gray zone. No, but it's actually Russian controlled already by now. So the entire front line is now going along the Sukiali River. That everything south of Sukiali River is now under Russian control. Sukiali itself, nothing really very special now. You can see the defense line is going to be all along this forest, all these forest lines, and yeah. So this is where the Ukraine is going to hold positions. The Russians will be in Sukiali itself, and this tree line that is newly captured. So this is going to be the face off. There wouldn't be anything here. There's nothing, no place to hide over there. The Russians will be along the tree lines here. This is where their formation, and then you have further up point. What is that place called? Zelenivka. So this Zelenivka. So they have their own standoff in that sector. Yeah, but there's no clear crossings around here, so no need to worry too much about that sector. So anyway, I just want to cover the Kurakhove sector, and we accidentally strayed all the way into close to Constantinople. We covered the Uspenivka region. So I think that's all. I think that's good enough to understand at least this entire front line here. So this front line is one massive salient, massive bulge right now as the Russians start to envelop the Ukrainian forces in this way. So let's see how this play out. The strategic Kurakhove by this point is no longer strategically important. It's not a meme, but it's true. By this point, it's just a frontline city. The strategic settlement now is Andriivka and Constantinople. This is the two the important ones at this moment. This is just a front line. This is just a front line. So yeah, so that's what it is. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully this is interesting to you. And I want to see whether you can drop in any more places. Yeah, we have one over here. We can drop in here. So this is the Sukiali River. Yeah, this is the Sukiali River. So you can see the all these trees. So you can't hold lines here. Like you can't. Like the lines will be along the trees. Those are safer places. Like if you come here, this is actually combat operation already because you got to cross, and the river doesn't look that thick. I think it's not that wide. I think it's crossable, but it's cold if it's not iced up. So yeah, I mean nobody want to get wet in the wrong place. So and Ukrainian forces could potentially hold trench lines and defensive positions along these trees. So these are all hideable positions. Drones will find it very hard to spot them. So it is still and then they have good fire control. They have good view. They can fire machine guns at targets from a long distance. So which is why I think the Russian lines is going to be pretty far away. Yeah, so that is going to be the standoff between the two sides, and so just some context into why I say what I say. You don't want to die. Simply put it. Nobody want to die unnecessarily. So anyway, that's it. So hopefully this is interesting to you. Thank you for watching. Do press the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next update.